Alright, I'm going to start with what takes longer usually. So the roasted garlic needs to roast in the oven at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. I already added some extra virgin olive oil to the top. Just make sure all the cloves are somewhat wet. And then we're going to cover it up. Yeah, the foil's wrinkly. The roll fell out of the box, so I had to roll it back up. One hand life. There we go. Using the air fryer because it's got the option to bake also. So got the hummus going. All right, so for the falafel, we're gonna go with half a bag of chickpeas. It's about 1 cup total dry. We're going with the dry ones due to the fact that the canned ones have been sitting in liquid for a long time, so the moisture is going to make the texture of the falafel less crispy. So we're going to stick with the dry action. And then we have a half a cup of onion, 3 cloves of garlic, green chili pepper. They mentioned a serrano, but they didn't have any serranos at the store, so we're going with the classic jalapeno. What else? And then we have 1 cup of parsley, which I have to pull all the leaves off. It'll take me a bit. A cup of cilantro. All right, a teaspoon of cumin. A teaspoon of salt. This is what I have, the Himalayan. That's what I'm working with. A half a teaspoon of cardamom. So this is cardamom. It was about $14 for this jar, so if you're not going to use it, don't bother. And then a quarter cup of black pepper, which I'm running low on, so that might do me out. And then lastly, baking soda. The baking soda is a half a teaspoon. Oh, and chickpea flour also. This will just make sure that the texture stays dry. So I'm gonna start pulling the leaves off this stuff, and I'll follow back up. Flour. That's 2 tablespoons. All the spices are mixed together. The chickpeas that still need to be rinsed. All the leaves are pulled off of the cilantro and parsley. Garlic's chopped, and the jalapenos chopped. Didn't go too small because the food processor will do most of the work, but I want to actually show you a quick way to chop onions without crying your eyes out for too long. So let me just flip this over. There we go. Can you see the onion? I need something here. Let me try this. How's that? Maybe? Not really? Alright, that should work. Onion. Ends off. Quick little slice through. And pull off the skin. There we go. Out. Now, top to bottom, or bottom to top in this case. Alright. Now, slices across the grain. So you see how it grows like that? I'm gonna go the same way. Right. And you turn it. It gives you your small dices. Just down, short. So you don't have to go over these anymore. It's just the back part. You give it another whirl. That's it. Little trick. Makes you cry a little less. Alright, next. First in go the chickpeas. Okay, that's out of the way. Oh yeah, definitely missed. What happens? Working with one hand there. Alright, so that's that. Good. Alright, I'm gonna put these in with my 2 hands. Alright, everything's in the food processor. All the spices, the onion, the garlic, the herbs. The only thing that's not in here is the chickpea flour, because that'll be mixed in afterward to dry up the consistency a little bit. So this is a Ninja food processor, because the other one that I have is a lot smaller, and this came with it, so I figure why not use it. I don't want to dirty the Ninja. And then we want to pulse it until it's the consistency of sand. So I'll start back up once this is done. Okay, bye. So their food processor sucks, so we're gonna use a blender. Okay. Blending's done. It's a nice consistency. Should form really well into what I'm trying to do with it. And then I'm gonna put a plastic over this, stick it in the fridge while I finish the hummus, which the garlic just got done. So should take about half an hour for all the flavors to really marry together here, and then we'll start frying. The hummus recipe a little bit. This is 3/4 of a cup of canned garbanzo beans. I didn't go with the dry this time because there's more moisture in these, so it'll give it more of a creamier consistency. Then we have the Himalayan sea salt, of course. Beautiful roasted garlic cloves. Those will be delicious. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, these are fresh squeezed lemons, obviously. And since you see all this stuff floating in there. And then, again, outside the box, these are peppers that I grew last year. They're little Portuguese hot peppers that are super spicy, so 4 should really, or 5, should really give it a little bit of a kick. And lastly, toasted sesame oil. Just due to the fact that I don't have tahini readily available, and one of the main ingredients in tahini is roasted sesame oil. So that's where we're going with this. And again, I'm going to try this thing out. If there's more liquid, I'm assuming it'll do a better job. If not, it's going in the trash. So yogurt sauce is basically tzatziki, if you're familiar with the usual wraps or gyros you get from the local Greek spot. And so that's what we're doing. This is plain yogurt, no flavor. You've got cucumber. Okay. And the cucumber's mixing in with the dill. Alright, and we got a little garlic. I didn't go heavy on the garlic because there's a ton of garlic in the rest of the meal. So we're gonna mix this up and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, final plate. We got the salad here, lettuce, cucumber, tomato. The dressing itself was toasted sesame seed oil with apple cider vinegar, some extra spices, a little cracked black pepper, etc. And some turmeric also. And then we have the hummus on the bottom as the base, as originally intended. And on top of the hummus, we have the falafel. Now, I know the white stuff looks kind of off-putting, but it's basically the yogurt dressing that I intended to do originally, but it didn't squeeze through the bottle as lines like I was expecting it to do. So here we are. Couple dots, gonna taste just as good.